Hello, my name is Cindy, and today is special because it is Thrift Flip Thursday. So I would like for you to keep watching to see what I've made. Flip number 1. This is a Lazy Susan to a rotating perfume organizer. I found this kitchen Lazy Susan in a throwaway bin and decided to rescue it from its demise. So the supplies needed include spray paint, Rust-Oleum chalkboard paint, and Krylon metallic gold, a mirror, this is from Dollar Tree, henna, air-dried clay, a mold, wood glue, black chalk paint, cornstarch, and painter's tape. I cleaned it up and took a moment to determine how to flip it. As you know, me and paint colors don't get along sometimes. I sprayed it gold and moved on to paint the sides black. It was looking good, but I decided to use some air-dried clay on the sides. I put cornstarch into the mold so it would be easier to remove, worked in the clay, and smoothed it with my fingers. I wanted to make sure all of the details were visible when I adhered it to the sides of the Lazy Susan. I used wood glue because I heard that it works well with air-dried clay. I filled up 5 of the molds to fit around the Lazy Susan. It worked out very well. However, I soon changed my mind about the color again. I wanted the mold to be gold on the outside and the inside of the Lazy Susan to be black. Therefore, I took it out and sprayed the mold gold and touched up what was missed with acrylic paint. Next, I took black acrylic paint and painted the inside of the Lazy Susan. It really didn't matter because the mirror was going to be on the inside. The mirror was taken out of an old Dollar Tree frame, cleaned, and placed in the center of the Lazy Susan after it was dry. Now, I did not glue it down because I like to reuse my items unless I sell it. So let me know what you think. I love it, and now I have somewhere to put my perfume. Just spin it around and you can add things to it and remove things. It is just lovely. The host is Rustic Chicks Design and the Rusted Willow, with the co-host, The Robin's Nest by Terry. These women are amazing and can flip items from oh well to wow. You should check them out and see what they have been making. Be sure to subscribe, like, save, and comment on their channels, and you will be flippin' glad to see some of their wonderful items. The links to their channels is listed in the description box below. There are other flippers that you must watch also, and the playlist is in the description box below also. Now, on to flip number 2, a funnel to vase, and I think this is amazing. I was surprised how well this turned out. So the supplies that you need include a funnel, and this was from Dollar Tree. It was in a throwaway bin also, and I rescued it and said, what could I do with it? You also need air-dried clay, some black acrylic paint, some gold leaf rub and buff, and 1 test tube, and some dried florals. When I saw this beaten up funnel, I thought about a vase that could house some dried florals. And not only that, I put a test tube inside, and so you can actually put a little water in it and put live flowers, like maybe 1 rose. I started out by getting a handful of clay, and I put it on some parchment paper, or you can put it on some wax paper, and I rolled it out until it was flat, and I had kind of a nice size piece. And I started covering the funnel with the air-dried clay, and then I decided to put a handle on it so it looked like you could, pour something. And it's also so that if you do put water in it, you can pour it out. So I covered the entire funnel with the air dried clay, and I had to, roll out some of the air dried clay a couple of times to get enough to cover the entire funnel. And once it was dry, and which it takes like 24 hours to dry, I painted the entire vase black. After that, I took some gold leaf rub and buff and put it over the entire funnel vase. Then I took a test tube and inserted it into the opening because I wanted to make sure that it would fit. And then I used some hot glue to adhere it to the top. And if it falls through, basically what I can do is get some E6000 and adhere it that way. So, you can put a single rose in there with water. That's an option. But I just think it looks really nice with dried flowers inside. Now, I like this one so well that I think I will be making another one, but I'll make it a little different color, maybe so that it looks like pottery. I think it looks really high end. So let me know what you think about this also. My last DIY, floral in a frame. Oh my, this is amazing. The supplies that you need include a picture frame, and I obtained this picture frame from Free Fridays. You need just a silk flower, plaster of Paris, a bowl and some water, black foam board, some gold spray paint, and some white chalk paint. And like I said before, the picture frame was picked up at Free Fridays in a neighboring town. I flipped this previously, but I was not happy with the way it turned out. So I said, let me see what else I can do. So I got out a bowl and I mixed some plaster of Paris with some cold water in a bowl, and I just stirred it up until it was a smooth mixture. Then I dipped my thrifted flour in the mixture, and I dipped it in there several times. Now, I think if I had to do it over, I would make the mixture maybe a little bit thicker. It maybe with the consistency of peanut butter, maybe? I'm not sure. But anyway, I dipped the flour in the mixture, and it covered, I would say, 80% of it. But when I took it out and set it aside to dry, I went over it again with some of the mixture, and I just slathered it on the petals of the flower with my hand. And I did that through to several of the petals. And once that process was completed, I left it to dry for 24 hours. And the next day, I had a firm, beautiful flower that looked porcelain. However, I had to be a little extra. So I got my gold Rust-Oleum spray and showered this flower with gold paint. Wow, I love the gold look of the flower, but now I had to make it pop. So I had this old wooden frame that I had gotten, like I said previously, from Free Fridays, and I painted it with white chalk paint. However, it needed something more, so I jazzed it up with a ribbon of air-dried clay on the top and bottom of the frame. Now, the mold that I used from this, I got from Amazon. I put some cornstarch inside the mold so that the motif will come out smoothly. I did this twice. I had a bit of a problem, but nothing that I couldn't manage. And I used wood glue and adhered it to the wooden frame. And I put one of the molds on the top and one on the bottom to have it to be cohesive. And I used wood glue and adhered it to the wooden frame. Next, I cut a piece of black foam board to put in the middle of the frame And finally, the crowning beauty. I hot glued this gold plaster flower to the black foam board and slipped it into the frame. Oh my, it is beautiful. I really love this picture and it brings me joy. That is all, Z9 Designs family. Make sure you subscribe, like, save, and comment. I have over 900 subscribers on my channel, and I want to sincerely thank you. So keep watching because there's another giveaway when I reach 1,000, and I'm almost there. Also, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and give me a thumbs up because it helps my channel grow. And remember, life without love is like a tree without blossoms or fruit. See you later. Bye-bye.